I shall come forth as pure gold. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? Well, tell me, did you come through as pure gold?
You kick it like the benefactor's benefactor. Well, truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys about to mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped, no Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on Rap a Lot. Think like Jay Prince and I do more than just rap a lot. I went and got my digits up. Your favorite...
We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. For the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now Lance. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. Throwing his Lance on third down. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Looking to throw on second down. James. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to face a third down. Looking to throw. James. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. The Lance going to throw. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing now is Lance. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Lance looking to throw it. Finding room inside the 40. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to...
And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And he can't do it all on one throw.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. Now a second down and 6. Lance a handoff here to Mostert. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 66 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Shotgun now for Lance. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
14, Washington 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On second down, a run with Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's James from the gun on third down. They'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now this time he'll look to throw. That's Isabella open on the right side. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 34-yard line.
And the Washington first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Washington 7.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Back to throw. James. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the Niners are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running the counter with Mostert. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Play action, now it's Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Washington 7. St. Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination, but they find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the counter, Gibson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Off play action, James. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
The Tigers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
2nd and 6. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Lance. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A handoff for Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. James. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's a give to Gibson. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Lance now on 1st down. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
In his own end zone, it's Lance. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
From his own end zone, Lance on 3rd and long. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
Buying time to his left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And Washington has made this a one-score game. Now the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Take it in at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, Lance steps away to his left. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Well, obviously, you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Well, agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
That's caught at the 25. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now up to 14.
Washington 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. To throw is James on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. James. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been terrific so far. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. A final shot before half for Lance. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Dancing to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Nick Bosa able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. James now on 3rd down. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Don't say nothing. 97. Watch the twist.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Let's go, let's go. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Come 19. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now James on 1st and 10. That's Samuel, caught left side. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
1st and goal off the 6-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Gibson on the read option. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Looking to throw. James eluding the pressure right. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they... Here's a diving catch right side.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. A handoff running left is Mostert. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, Raheem Mostert, we know the story from special teamer to postseason hero. All he needs is a little bit of space, CD, and he can do the rest.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And the next-gen stats are going to show us the total distance he covered there, better than 70 yards. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. On the return is Hines. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he is finally out of bounds, but he gets all the way down right around the 20. A huge play there for Washington. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And Washington able to make this a close game again. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive first and 10. Oh, what a catch by Samuel. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
8 yards to go on second down. To throw, it's Lance. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
20-yard line.
Mike, 57. 57's the mic. Mike, 57. Check.
Off the play fake. James. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down, fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's got room. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 171 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The throw down the field caught by his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A run there with Mostert as he'll push this forward and call it a 4-yard gain on 1st down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Once again, it's Mostert. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 17. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And now Mostert is going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead him to 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance, it's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. That would give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Again, it's Mostert. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And I don't think there should be much of a discussion here, but you know how I am. You kick the football, you take the lead. How bold do you want to be in this situation, though?
And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. Working from the gun. Lance. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Raheem Mostert there to make the grab. And the 49ers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Back to throw. Flushed out right. He's got McLaurin, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
He'll look to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A give running right, Gibson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown. Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.